Drag queens, drugs, and enemas. Oh my. We watched Killer Unicorn. We watched it so you don't have to. So you know what time it is.
Horror, so bad it's scary. Splitting up is never okay. Plot who needs it. Don't turn on the lights. Cars don't ever start, but that's alright. Running upstairs instead of out the door. Good acting, what do we need that for? Horrible horror, so bad it's scary. Enjoy the show, but not really.
What's up, Moon Goons? Welcome to Horrible Horror, the podcast where we watch the worst of the worst in horror movies. Movies so bad they're scary. I'm your host, the Lord Marshall Hampton. With me, as always, is my buddy, my co-host, my best friend, Mr. Aaron Southworth. Aaron, how are you doing on this fine, hot Sunday in June?
Hot heat, motherfucker. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. I'm hoping you're doing the same. And we are squeezing in right at the end, squeezing it in hard, without any lube. Just squeezing it in at the end of Pride Month.
We're forcing it in there.
A gay horror movie. We did it before in 2018, but we're doing it again. And just a quick shout out to all their brothers, sisters, and whatever you want to call yourselves out there who are gay, trans, lesbian, all that good stuff. You know, the LGBTQ plus infinity. You know, we don't care what you do. Go do your thing.
I agree, but here is something we are not shouting out. A big fuck you to all you assholes who insist on driving down the road, little side streets, with your fucking bass booming like you're at a goddamn nightclub. Fuck you. You're not cool. You're a dick. You're an asshole. Or as South Park, you're a faggot. I hate you guys. I don't need my windows shaking so you can feel cool driving down the little street in your rusted out fucking SUV that you put all your money into your fucking subwoofers in instead of, you know, fixing up your rusty ass bucket that you're driving. Fuck you, assholes.
I see there's a personal gripe you are airing here that just kind of came out of left field.
Yeah, we talked about this not that long ago ourselves, but then this morning I go out to get, I'm just like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm like, what the fuck? And this rusted up SUV comes driving down this little side street by my house, and boom, 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 boom. Like so much bass, like it's like my head is hurting, like the inside of my head is vibrating. I'm like, fuck you, ass. I hate these assholes. You're not cool. You're just a dick. Fuck you all.
Damn.
I'm sorry. It's annoying as fuck. You know, it doesn't. Nobody likes it. Nobody. Who likes that? Nobody. I don't even know why I'm ranting. I'm getting worked up. I got stuff.
I know.
I'm going to take a sip of this delicious vodka and club that Aaron made us before we started. So
yeah. I mean, I don't even understand how it can be pleasurable for the person inside the car too.
Exactly. Like, how is that even ugh?
Yeah. Well.
Anyway.
Well, I'm sorry that base bandits have given you such a shitty mood.
Yeah. Anyway, and now we got to talk about this
gay movie.
This gay, really, really gay movie.
Well, it's kind of funny that we're doing it, or nice that we're doing it in a way. It's because I will say the gay community has always had its finger on the pulse of horror, or they've been a very big fan of horror.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of like, okay, there's got to be some gay horror movies out there, and so we did one before in 2018 of Kissing Darkness for Pride Month.
Yeah.
And we're like, hey, let's do one more. Let's get back on that train again. It's been a couple years. Let's check out a gay horror movie.
Was it 18? Yeah, I guess it was
2018.
18. It wasn't 19, and we didn't do it last year because, yeah.
Yeah, we didn't do it last year or 2020.
Well, 2020, well, what is last year? You mean 2019?
2019, my bad, yeah. 2019 or 2020, yeah.
Yeah, I know I wanted to do it in 2019. I don't remember why we didn't get one in. I had one picked out, but for some reason we never got to it within the month for some reason. And then I found, and I was going to go back to this. That was the one I was going to do this week. Then I found this. And I was like, oh, shit. This thing, wow. All right, so anyway, the movie is called Killer Unicorn. I mean, just the name alone caught my eye. Like, okay, I'll check out that. Luckily, this movie it's a short one. It's only like an hour and 12 minutes.
Yeah.
It's a short watch. It was released on June 14th of 2019, so almost its 2-year anniversary.
Yeah. So rather recent.
Rather recent. Written by Jose D. Alvarez, who also plays the love interest in the movie Puppy Pup. That's his name, Puppy Pup. Directed by Drew Bolton. You can find this movie. It's very available. You can find it on Amazon, Apple TV, Google Movies, and Vudu, which was way more place than I expected for this. The cast, there's only one girl in this entire movie. One real girl.
I like how you phrase born and identifies as a female.
Monica Garcia Bradley plays the annoying party girl Coke.
Great name.
And about 90% of the rest of the cast and characters are all drag queens. I'm pretty sure they're real drag queens too. At least most of them are anyway. The most famous drag queen in the movie, for those who know or even I don't know, is Lady Havoc. I've heard that name before, thanks because of RuPaul's Drag Race. That's pretty much been mentioned on that. She makes a small cameo. Other drag queen names, characters in this movie, we have Madame Mortimer, Ruby Roo / Horse Foo, same person, Jeroyce Jada, Viva Section / Riffy Royalty, which is the same person, Isis Vermouth, Mary Cherry, and Rihanna Princessa. I don't know, but that's her name. Those are some of the characters in this movie.
My favorite one was the MC after, that comes up later.
Cunt something or other?
Cunt Stanley. Constantly.
Yeah.
I like that one. I was like, okay, that's good.
I forget. I can't believe I forgot that one. Yeah, constantly. So that's really about it for as far as cast goes. Now originally,
and really, if you're not into drag queens or gay culture, you're not going to know any of these motherfuckers.
No, I mean,
and we're not. I'm not.
The closest I got was I binge watched like the first 12 seasons of RuPaul's Drag Race.
Oh, you went deep.
I went deep, and
you went deep in there.
So but none of those drag queens are in this movie. Those are high. That's your top tier drag queens. These guys are low
or aspiring, or just
they're certainly rough around. They are not. I think what the word would be fishy drag queens.
Yeah,
they are not
or even polished.
Polished. No, they are.
They're starting or they're ending their career.
Yeah, they're rough. Some of them are rough. There's one or two that are actually pretty decent, but there's some that are just really rough. Like one guy looks like Tracy Morgan in a wig.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
It's like if Tracy Morgan just put on a long braided wig, and that's who you got.
Oh shit.
So, yeah. Now, ideally, this was going to be an errand run episode. I had been really busy with my daughter's activities, like dance recitals and gymnastics stuff. But I think at the point, Aaron, I think we might just end up just kind of freestyling this one a bit and just kind of going with the waves and see how it goes this week, because there's a lot to talk about. But not necessarily you want to go in play by play like we normally do.
And to be perfectly honest, this movie has a lot of quick jokes
Yeah.
or zingers or
And if you're not into if you don't know the drag queen gay culture, I don't know it that well at all.
But you know it better than your Joe Sixpack.
Yeah, so a lot of it's gonna be off the mark, or you're not gonna get it or miss it. And honestly, there's some scenes that don't need to be talked about at all, that are just kind of the same thing over and over again, and the dialogue gets kind of old and annoying really quickly in some parts. But basically, so we're just gonna see how this works this week.
Yeah,
we're gonna see how it goes.
I've got an outline here,
Yeah.
so I think I can just kind of get it kicked off.
Yeah, if you want to get it kicked off, because I don't even have an outline.
So we're talking Killer Unicorn.
Killer Unicorn.
All right, so it starts off in a gay club, and there's lots of queens and cocaine going around. They're just sitting at a table, with it's it almost looks like VIP seating and just doing lines off the table.
Dude, I did not realize how much the drag queens, the gays, love their coke and drug. Good God, this is like drag queens meet Scarface almost. There's so much drugs in this movie. So much, like, it blew me away. Like, oh, wow, that's a lot of coke going up people's noses. And
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
It is. That's what they say. But I was just like, really?
I
Like,
mean,
okay.
I've been known to dabble. Never.
But like, and they're
never.
just doing it out in the like. You don't see people like going off to the bathrooms or doing it like kind of on the slide. It's like just out in the middle of the party, like slap it down. It's like out and like it's just nobody gives a fuck.
Well, I guess if it's that type of place, hey, you know, it's again being like in a gay club or gay culture and stuff. Maybe it's a little like less taboo. It's like it's their, and they even say this in the movie. It's kind of their safe space, and that makes sense. It's like only gay people who are there, or people who are gay allies, or what have you.
The fag hags,
yeah,
like Coke.
exactly, right.
the one girl
whose name is Coke, who's like a Coke dealer,
Coke.
yeah. But yeah, so I mean that's kind of the I kind of get it, but yeah, there's a lot of drug use in this movie, a lot of cocaine use.
I just dropped my lime in my drink, but I didn't get a chance to squeeze the juice.
You gotta fish it out. Hold on.
No, I'm not gonna stick my fingers in my drink.
There you go.
Oh, that'll work.
All right. Anyway, yeah. So gay club, lots of queens, lots of cocaine. The unicorn is spotted across the bar. It's a dude let's describe it. He's a guy in like sequins, pink booty shorts. No shirt. Pink chucks. And just like booty shorts, no shirt, pink chucks, and a unicorn mask.
Giant like latex unicorn
mask. And the drag queen Jess Jizz.
No one parties out the jizz, man.
That's no callback.
Yeah, it is.
Jess Jizz sees this unicorn from across the room and is just dumbstruck. He's very toned. He's very like in shape. He's got a great body.
Yeah. He's like almost, not quite, but almost Kevin Caliber-esque.
Yeah. Little thinner, not as thick.
Not as big. Yeah.
So anyway, Jess Jizz is like, God damn, I gotta get me some of that unicorn dick.
Yeah, I gotta get that unicorn dick.
So they kind of lock eyes, and he follows him to the bathroom. They wind up in the bathroom together, and Jizz is trying to offer him coke, but he's like, he slaps it out of her hand, and it falls to the ground. He's like, and then he pulls out his pants, and I guess his horse cock is hanging
unicorn
out.
cock. First of all, since you're more experienced in the ways of the white pony, I found it funny that she's like, God, that was $20.
And that's got to be really bad.
I was like, really? Like $20 for Coke? I was like, that can't be right. Or was it just somebody sold some fucking baking soda and said here? I mean, Jesus Christ, $20?
Yeah,
for Coke?
That's a pretty bad deal.
But then she's just like, he's like, some dude just basically manhandles him in the bathroom, shoves him to his knees, and pulls out his dick, and she's like, all right, let's do this. And then starts blowing him.
And we get a blowjob scene, right? Like first 5 minutes.
Not even 5 minutes. We're like a minute in.
And right off the bat, this dude's getting head in the bathroom, and I'm like, oh, this is going to be so gay.
Yep.
I mean, you never actually see his dick.
No.
But, they do as much as they can with the camera positioning to really emphasize the blowjob. And it goes on for a bit.
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa, this is... Skip.
Well, you didn't like watching the blowjob?
Skip. Yeah, and so anyway, while he's getting a blowjob, Unicorn then pulls out a kitchen knife.
Where does he get that from?
I don't know.
Where does he keep that knife? All he's wearing is like hot, like skin tight sequin
booty shorts.
Where's the knife come from?
And it's a big fucking knife.
It is. It's like a micro. It's not quite as big like Mike Myers' kitchen knife, but it's pretty big.
It's a big fucking like butcher knife.
Is he cheeking that thing, or what's he doing? Where's that come from?
He just pulls it out and stabs Jess Jizz in the back.
Yep. And
at first it's kind of down, but then he just pops up. Jess Jizz looks at him. He goes, "Oh shit!" and then runs out.
Yeah. I'm like, what? Like you.
I've never seen that in a horror movie.
Yeah, that's one of the weirdest non-reaction. The bitch just got stabbed in the back while giving some stranger a blowjob, and she doesn't scream. She's like, ah! She doesn't die. She's like, huh. Well, that was kind of unpleasant.
It was a shock, a look of
shock.
Oh
shit! I guess it was so weird.
It was like a look of shock, and then he runs out. I keep saying he, she. I'm just going to call her she because that's what she wants to look like. So I'm just going to call it as she wants to be called.
Just Jizz.
So she runs.
Double J.
Yeah. It's actually, I have it written down here. JJ. So JJ runs out of the room and she's bleeding and she's running. She's like trying to find her friend. She finds her friend Coke, who's the girl dancing on the dance floor. And she's like, I got stabbed. Oh shit. This guy's trying to kill me. She's like, what? You had a killer time in the bathroom? Oh, I love the song. Yeah. Not paying attention. That's another thing. These fucking characters are horrible people.
They are.
They're all so obsessed with themselves and how they look. I mean, I get it's also the comedy element of it.
And the drag. I get because the drag queens, like in RuPaul, they're very. A lot more when it comes to
very self-involved. Yeah,
I kind of get it, but it gets.
But she's
annoying.
so self-involved to the point where her friend, who's literally being stabbed and being chased by a killer, I just don't have time for that.
Nope.
Yeah, and she tries to tell other people, and other people are like, "Get the fuck out of here!"
She's
Who cares?
bleeding from the mouth,
Yeah.
and people are like, "Oh, that blood! That's so great!
That's a cool look. That's an interesting look.
I love
How'd you do that?"
And I'm like, are you serious? I mean, come on.
Yeah, it was a little. I get it's supposed to, because it is billed as a horror comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but I mean, again, maybe I'll probably talk about this more at the end. But the comedy aspect of it, to me, it falls flat. Like it just doesn't work. But is that because I'm not in the culture to fully appreciate it?
I think there's definitely some of that to it. But I mean, comedy should be universal.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And even like gay comedy like this, yeah, okay, we get they're self-absorbed, they're all about their looks, and they're very whatever. Mm-hmm. But it still falls flat, and it's annoying. It's not comical. It just gets annoying and old really fast.
Yeah. So Jizz runs out, and it's running around outside trying to get away. And it looks like from what we saw, the killer's still in the bathroom, and Jizz is like out and gone.
Yeah, she's like running down the street. She's gone.
Nope, doesn't matter. Fucking unicorn teleports over there.
He's a unicorn. He's got magical powers.
Right?
We just wrote a rainbow right over to her or something.
So unicorn follows him and slits. You can't. And the editing's kind of shitty here. You can't really tell exactly what happens, but I think slit her throat and killed him.
Yeah, you don't even really see that.
You don't really see it.
You don't see anything.
It's not really well done. However, Unicorn, instead of just getting away, as normal killers usually do, another twist.
This guy is bold. He is bold.
He scoops.
He don't give a fuck.
He scoops Jizz back up and somehow gets back into the party.
Carrying a dead body over his shoulder, carries it through the club, and just basically plops her down on a couch and walks away.
Yes, exactly what happens.
This guy has the balls and does not give a fuck.
No. So all the queens are all kind of gathered around each other saying, hey, where's Jizz? Oh, where's Jizz? Oh, she went to the bathroom to get a blowjob or whatever. And then I was like, no, I saw her passed out on the couch. They go over to see her.
That was Tracy Morgan, a wig, I think.
Yeah. Captain Hey! I love that fucking scene in 30 Rock when he goes, look out, everybody. Look out, America. It's Captain Hey, where he plays a gay cowboy.
Yeah.
Or, no, it's Cowboy Hey. Cowboy Hey. God damn, that's so funny. So Cowboy Hey says, Jizz is passed out on the couch. They go over to like wake her up, like, hey, bitch, wake up. And when they pull her head back, she has a Colombian necktie.
The bitch got necktied. And they're still like, well, when she put prosthetics on, this isn't interesting. Like, are you kidding me? Like, come on. There's a point between comedy and just this fucking.
It's pretty bad.
It's fucktarded. I'm just gonna say
it's so for those of you who do not know what a Colombian necktie is.
Oh yeah, I guess we should.
It is when the throat is slit so deep that that puts their tongue to sleep.
I guess
they reach up through the slit or shove the tongue down into the slit, so the tongue goes down back into the throat and out the neck slit hole.
Yep.
It's supposed to be something that was famous for Colombian drug dealers sending a message. Yeah, cartel shit for cocaine related. Slitting the throat and pulling out the tongue. Colombian necktie.
Yeah, I think it was for like maybe snitches, or maybe somebody couldn't speak their tongue, so they pull the tongue out or something like that. But yeah,
pretty hardcore.
Yeah, and gotta say, we have not. I don't think we've seen a Colombian necktie in a horror movie, at least not in a long time.
At least not in a long time.
I can't think of it. I'm sure it's been done before, but I don't remember seeing one on the show.
I think we've seen one, but I'm talking like 2016.
Yeah, it had been a long.
It's been a long fucking time.
Which
Which
I'm kind of surprised.
You know what?
Yeah.
I'll give it the Colonel Cochran kind of
yeah.
little clap.
So eventually they realize the bitch is dead and they scream and then it rolls.
We go to our opening, not necessarily opening credits, our opening like frame, which is like it's
kind of creative. I'll give them credit.
I like it. It says Killer Unicorn. It shows the Killer Unicorn and it's black and it's kind of like it's sort of dark, like
red dripping blood,
and you see the killer sitting there like, but he's only lit by candlelight, and then all of a sudden it's very, very slowly panning back, and as it's doing that, it starts showing social media posts,
text messages,
and you're right, text message or social media
something
posts,
like that, yeah.
But it's just like, oh my god, I can't believe just
but
died.
Like each one, but it was like the character name above, like Marie, what's her name as Coke, and then like whatever message Coke was writing would be underneath it. It was a really interesting way to do the credits. To just have names up there and
introduce the characters.
And I will say this is where some of the comedy actually worked, because this here worked because they're very self-absorbed and like, oh my god, she's dead. And like, oh well, if she's dead, that means I get my spot back in her performance spot. So come see me on Tuesday nights now.
Yeah.
Or, like it was an ongoing thing. And Lady Havoc, who had a very brief interaction with Double J, which we didn't talk about, but Lady Havoc walks up to Double J and she's like, "Bitch, what's going on?" And Double J's like, "Havoc, please, I'm trying to get this horse dick out or something. You're ruining my game, and like I don't care about your look right now or whatever." And then so after she dies, Lady Havoc's like totally respins. It's like, she was my best friend, and like the last thing she said to me was how much she loved my look, and it was like.
How much would she love my act and how inspiring I am?
Yeah, and so like that's
pretty funny. That's funny.
That's good. That's where it works and pays off. But I guess it was a very unique. I've never seen credits done that way before, and it was way more I'm not gonna say interactive, but way more engaging than just here's the name.
It was a great way to introduce you to the characters and kind of what their personalities are like.
Yeah,
and it was very well done.
Even though honestly, they pretty much all have the exact same personality. They really do. There's really nobody.
Bitchy queen.
Bitchy queen. Yeah, everybody's the same except for maybe Danny.
There's a few here and there that kind of have
pretty much all the same character, just a different coat of paint on them.
Right. All right, so that was pretty cool. It's pretty well done. We cut to some dude who's opening up a bar.
Danny.
It's Danny the bartender. His gay friends come over and they talk a lot. I don't really pay attention.
Yeah, this scene's pointless. It's just basically like, why didn't you come out last night? You missed the party. Like, oh, well, I don't go out anymore. I'm scared of the night. Blah, blah, blah.
After he goes back in the bar or whatever, some other gay friends are walking on the street. We find out that the reason Danny doesn't go out is because apparently last year he got raped.
Yeah.
And I imagine, I guess it can happen and does happen, and that's really unfortunate. I've never, and I gotta admit, I've never ever thought about that before. I've never thought about, a guy getting raped.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, aside from the common prison joke shit, but
right.
But outside like that scenario, like, and I think like I've heard like gay guys might getting raped. But normally it was, which is ass backwards if you ask me, no pun intended. But it's like they get raped by like straight guys who are like punishing them for being gay. Like, oh, you like this? Well, I'm gonna fuck you, or I'm gonna shove something up your ass. And they get it as a gay violence, as that kind of rape, not like gay on gay rape. That's something like I've never. Like I said, I've never thought about it before. Yeah, that's something I don't think about either.
That's got to be pretty terrifying too. So yeah, I could understand why he wouldn't want to go out after having that experience.
Right, and after watching this movie, it makes me wonder why there'd be rape in the gay world anyway. Because it seems like everybody in this movie is just open for business all the time. Like, it's the easiest place to get laid. Like, you don't need to rape. Just walk to this place. Everybody's like, you want to fuck? Yep, let's go fuck. I mean, that's basically what is happening going on in this movie.
That's the whole thing about rapists. It's not about the sex.
I know, it's about the power.
Yeah.
But the way it was shown later in the movie, it was kind of more about the sex. It wasn't a power play with this guy with what we see later.
Well, Bill Cosby could have fucked a lot of people, but he decided to drug him instead. That was his kink. That was his thing. He liked to fuck girls who lay there like a dead fish. I don't know.
Weird.
Weirdo. Creep. Anyway.
All right, we're going off way off.
Yeah, we're going way
Let's
off.
change that topic. Let's move on.
Yeah, so we come back to the bar when it's not open, and Lady Havoc. She's there. She's in her full drag. In full drag, coming into the bar, and she's there early because her show is going to be later on tonight.
Which is another weird thing. Again, in the gay world, or at least in the drag world, most of the people that do drag, at least again from what I've learned from RuPaul, is it's an act. They so they don't necessarily maybe they go out in the club or they're doing a show, but they don't just walk around in their drag just on the street But here she's like, why is she in full drag right now? Like it doesn't make sense,
Yeah. I mean,
like she should just be in her regular
because
clothes.
it's a big transition to make yourself look like from a man to being being able to look very convincingly like a woman.
Yeah.
There's a lot that goes into it.
Yeah.
Including tucking.
Which she comments on coming up, which was a pretty good line too, I thought.
So Lady Havoc hears some ruckus down in the basement. No one's there because she walks in. She's like, hello, I'm here early. And then she hears some shit going on in the basement. She goes, hold on, are you doing drugs on there? Drugs? I want drugs. I want drugs.
Yeah,
and starts running down the stairs wanting to get drugs. Runs into Unicorn, who's sitting there, and she's like, oh, hey, sorry, you're not. And Unicorn's kind of like, yeah, let's fuck. Kind of like.
He grabs her crotch. Yeah. And goes for the dick.
And he goes, sorry, honey.
That's tucked up tight. That ain't coming out till after. They're coming out till after the party or something like. I'm like, that was a good line. Like,
but I don't mind ruining my lipstick
again with more blowjobs, which again, great line.
And before he can even, he says, yeah, I don't mind doing that. The editing's so bad at the kills. Something happens, he gets punched or pushed or I don't even remember exactly where, but anyway, Havoc's like, oh shit, he's gonna kill me. And then Unicorn standing over Havoc about to kill her. It just cuts away and then it cuts back and her wig is shoved into her mouth.
Well, yeah,
it's really shitty editing.
We see her lying at the bases. The camera's like at the top of the stairs shooting down. We see her on her back. And I think she gets like dragged out of the camera view, and then next time we see her, her wig's been yanked off and it's shoved in her mouth. And she's just dead.
Not good.
Yeah.
Boo. Bad kill. So we go back to the bar. We're back at the bar, and there's some pretty hacky RuPaul wannabe performances that are going on. The MC comes and gives a gay eulogy for Jess Jizz.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny. It's not bad. It's kind of like almost like, sympathetic wording, roast.
Yeah.
Sympathetic word, roast.
Yeah.
Which
and
is...
I think that was cunt, right?
That was Cunt Stanley.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah, the lame, we'll call it lip syncing or performances were pretty bad.
Yeah.
There's one, I just think the costume was weird. Like this girl's wearing like drag queen is wearing like a white dress or something like that with long nails, and then has like these weird long red like under eyelashes.
Almost looks like a tiny beard.
Yeah, it looks like it's like her eyelashes are a beard or something like that. Or I don't know if it's supposed to mimic blood coming out of her eyes, but it's like going right underneath her eyes. And it hangs down to like almost past her mouth on each eye, and it's a weird fucking look. And she's singing some terrible song, and then one of the black queens gets up and does like doesn't even lip sync, just does this
like
weird interpretive dance, and it's terrible. Like that's what I'm saying. These queens.
She does do a back handspring.
Yeah,
that's the only thing I was like, okay, there's something.
Yeah, there's something.
But other than that, she's just waving her hands around.
I thought for sure like they would have better performances, because that's like basically, again, my experience is only a RuPaul, and that's a huge part is these lip syncing performance shows, and they do some crazy shit on that show, like backflips and splits, and they really get into it. Put on
death drops.
They put on a great show. I'm like, okay, maybe we're gonna see some of that. They really glossed over it, and I was disappointed. That's one thing I was disappointed. I was like, come on, boo, give me a show, bitches.
So
anyway.
we're focusing more on Danny the bartender, he meets the
puppy pup.
I just call him Cub. I don't know what else to call him.
pup.
Puppy.
He's not a cup. He's a pup.
Well, I guess he's. I don't know the gay lingo. I think we did for Kissing Darkness.
We did do.
I think we did a whole rundown of
Yeah.
the fucking zoo.
I mean,
that is the gay culture.
Otter? I don't know if he was a cub or an otter or a twink. He's not a twink. I think he's too old to be a twink. He might be just past twink age.
Otters and bears and wolves and
Oh
cubs.
my!
Oh, McDonald had a fucking farm up in here. So the bartender goes to smoke weed with the puppy pup. More quippy gay talk, flirting, and we, like Marshall said, the shitty dance routines. The club closes down, and the queens, they all split. Danny, the bartender, leaves with puppy pup.
Pup.
While Danny is leaving, and there's something we didn't comment on earlier, Danny is getting text messages from on his Grindr app. Which, hey, right on.
Yeah, no, it makes
on his
sense.
Grindr app from it doesn't have a name, it's just a unicorn emoji.
Yep, unicorn emoji.
So he's been texting with him, but it's like been flirty, fun text, nothing weird.
Yeah.
And the unicorn texted him like, "Hey, are we meeting up tonight?" And he just doesn't respond. So he's
at one
walking.
point he does. He's like, "We'll meet like next week."
Yeah.
Something. Yeah, but yeah, basically you can.
So Danny and Puppy Pup are walking back to Danny's place. And as they're walking, unicorn pops up from behind a dumpster. Just boom! Just pops up. And I forgot to comment on this also. It's winter time.
Yes, when they come out of it's in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
By the way, they're in Brooklyn. They come out of a subway tunnel and it's snowing. Neither Danny or Pup are wearing actual like coats. And
But they got
cold.
long sleeves
But
on.
at least long sleeves. Unicorn, what's he wearing for winter? A fucking sleeveless vest. Well, all vests are sleeveless now that I think about it. But
Unzipped.
unzipped. Or just so he's still wearing his rhinestone hoochie pants, tight pants, pink chucks, and now just a dark, like a purplish, pinkish vest with his unicorn mask. Walking around the streets of Brooklyn like that.
So funny. So they're walking down the street, and Uni pops up from behind a dumpster, takes a swing at him with a knife, doesn't hit him. Danny hits him with
A trash can lid, I
something.
think, yeah.
Trash can lid, like mollywops him, knocks him down, and they're like, run! And they run back to Danny's apartment.
Yeah.
When they get in, they're just like, what the hell was that? Oh, no, that was crazy. Okay, let's smoke weed and bang.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. Again, everybody's open for business, man. It does not take much for these people to just fucking bone each other. Like, seriously, Danny and Puppa met like few hours ago at best before we opened the bar, and like that later this night they're banging. Like, it's that easy apparently.
So, hey, well, right on. But
And not the fact, okay.
That doesn't bother me so much as a guy took swings at you with a fucking butcher knife.
Yeah.
You mollywopped him, and you're like, oh shit, we're safe. Okay, want a beer? Yeah. Hey, let's smoke some weed. Right
Okay.
on. Hey, I think you're cute. You know, it's like all of a sudden you go from like a life and death situation
Right.
to just back to normal. Like
right.
that.
There is something to say though about that, like, you know, that adrenaline, like, oh my god, we just survived a near-death experience, and it kind of gets the everybody, you know, that's a thing. Like, you see that in horror, like, you know, guys and girls do it all the time. Like, kind of get that.
But it was just how quickly they calmed down.
Yeah, it was like waiting for like extreme.
They ran in. They're like, "What the fuck was that? I don't know."
It's not. Let's call
Hey,
the
man.
cops. A guy in a
Yeah,
unicorn mask just tried to
exactly.
kill us. No,
It's like,
let's
you
just,
want a beer? Yeah, I want a beer. Hey, I got some weed too. Yeah. All of a sudden they just.
and then they just fuck, and it's pretty kind of a graphic love scene or sex scene for. I mean,
It made me uncomfortable.
well, of course. I mean, we're not gay.
I'm
so
a straight guy from the Midwest. I'm sorry.
it's like I was trying to get some.
I am an ally, but I did fast forward to this scene. I don't care what you guys do. Go for it. I support it. I hope have a great time. You should have all the rights we do. Everything, all that stuff, great. But I just don't need to watch it. I thought to myself, I almost like sympathize with gay and lesbian people who are watching horror movies or other things where there's like a sex scene between a man and a woman, and I'm sure they're just like, fuck this. Because
I know, because like, the lesbians still have the girl to watch. The gay guys still have a guy to watch.
I guess there's that. I wonder. Yeah.
I mean, lesbians still like, dude, that girl just got great tits. I'd fuck her. And gay guys can do the same thing. Straight dudes watching two gay guys fucking like, oh, I mean, there's nothing there for like nothing there. I was trying to figure out like what was more uncomfortable and weird to what was more graphic, this sex scene or the fucking constant like dick rubbing that was in Kissing Darkness.
Dude, the Kissing Darkness one was so weird because they all were like they all wore underwear that was like pulled down so you could see their ass crack.
Yep.
And just high enough that their dick didn't pop
You
out.
basically almost
and
see
you
top
just see their boners like slapping against each other. I feel like that was more graphic.
Yeah, but then this one's like
it was more like passionate lovemaking.
Kind of, but like you got he's like on his legs up in the air, Pup's like drilling him on his back, and then they flip him over. Danny's on his stomach, and Pup's like banging him from the rear.
Again,
like,
I fast forwarded through a lot of that, Marshall. I didn't catch all that.
Yeah, I was like, man, I was trying to like, what's a little more graphic? This one's actually showing more actual like sex in the product with the grinding and the thrusting and all that. But Kissing Darkness was like just a bunch of dudes boners rubbing together. Like that's weird. Like they're both fucking weird.
Yeah.
As far as
Kissing Darkness, I felt like they were trying to start a fire.
Yes, they were trying to start a fire. Yeah, they
just rubbing two dicks together.
Rubbing those dicks together. But
that's horrible.
Yeah.
That's so stupid.
So anyway, we had that happen.
But during this sex scene, they're splicing in images of the unicorn at like an S&M party.
Somewhere.
I mean, but again, I was fast forwarding through it, so I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah, the unicorn's out stalking or doing something to somebody, killing somebody.
Don't really know.
Yeah,
yeah. Well, it's coming up. So unicorn, Danny wakes up and he checks his phone, and it looks like unicorn's been texting a lot. Like, where are you, motherfucker?
I think it's real aggressive. Like, fuck you, faggot.
Yeah.
In all caps and bold. Like, whoa.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a little aggressive. So. Anyway, so it says, look in your closet. One of the text says, looks in the closet. So Danny gets up, looks in the closet, and oh my God, it's the head of Lady Havoc.
With the wig still sticking
out.
With
the wig still stuck in her mouth. Beheaded Lady Havoc. And Cub sees this and is like, holy shit, what the fuck? And he's like, oh God. And Cub's like, let's call the cops.
This
Danny's
blows
like,
my mind.
no. Danny's like,
yep.
Let's call. Cub's like, let's call the cops.
Let's call all of our queens instead.
Yeah,
like what? What? Like this blew my mind.
You got Wonder
here.
Queen powers activate.
It's seriously, Pup has the right to call the fucking cops.
Yeah.
And also like. I just fucking met you, and you have a severed head in your closet. Not call cops. I'm getting the fuck out of here, and they call the cops on you too. And Danny's like, no, it's cool. It's okay.
Cool. Don't worry about it.
It wasn't me. Like, dude, you just met this asshole. You know nothing about him, and you wake up and find a severed head in his closet.
So, from a straight perspective, I don't care how good the pussy is. If I go and I fuck a gal and I'm waking up the next day and she's like opens up her closet and there's a severed head, I'm getting the fuck out of there. I don't care how good it was, how nice she was the night before. I'm fucking out of there.
That's how the serial killers get you. They lure you in. They're always nice up front. Serial killers aren't like assholes like, fuck you, bitch, I'm gonna kill you. No. Like,
they honey dick you.
Ted Bundy was a catch. Everybody loved him, and he was, Jesus Christ. But, my God. But no, so instead of calling the cops, Danny's like, no.
Call the queens.
Mexico, we gotta call the queens. Get them all over here. It's like assemble the gay Avengers or the gay league or something like that. The gay Justice League. It's ridiculous.
It's pretty funny. So Puppy Pup says, okay, but you gotta tell me what's going on. Obviously, something's going on.
Yeah.
And Danny sits down and tells them the story about him and his buddy queens accidentally killed someone.
Yeah,
like,
now we
so
go to
then we get the flashback.
I know what you did last summer type thing.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. I know what you did last summer.
To even make the same fucking pact at the end, like we can never tell anybody about this.
We get a flashback where they're at the enema party, which is gross.
Yep.
They're at a gay party where everyone's gay and doing gay things, which is fun.
Gay people doing gay things at a gay party, you don't say?
Sure.
What? More news at 11.
Danny's there and he's getting a drink at the bar, and some guy's sitting next to him and slips him a Mickey. Yeah. Drops something into his drink. Danny drinks his drink, and he can tell he's all fucked up and weird.
Instantly, though.
Well, for the sake of the story, I didn't care. This guy comes up, and you never see his face. He's got a hat on. He's hiding his face
and a hoodie.
Yeah, and he scoops up Danny and takes him outside. His queen buddies are like, "Hey, where the fuck's Danny at? I saw him go leave with this guy. Where the fuck? I don't understand what's going on." Someone's like, "I think someone slipped in Mickey." So it's like, well, shit, we got to go find him. Let's go find him. So they go outside. They go to find him. As they're looking for him, yep, sure enough, up against a fucking grated, drop-down gate, Danny's getting raped, which sucks.
Yeah.
It's awkward to see. And then all of a sudden, the queens find him and they're like, "Get the fuck off of him!" And they knock this guy, the rapist, down, and they start stomping a mud hole in him, as Stone Cold would do. But when all of a sudden they're like, wait. Oh, shit. Like, oh, no, we fucking killed him. So they never take his pulse or anything. The way they determine he's dead is they lift up his arm and drop it.
It's like a referee checking if you've been knocked out from a sleeper hold.
Right.
It's like the ref checking if Hulk Hogan's been put to sleep by the $1 Million Dream.
They only dropped it once. If they dropped it on the
gotta
third
drop it
one,
3 times.
On the third one, he might have started hulking
Everybody
out.
knows you gotta drop the arm 3 times. What the fuck?
Because it's like a pin call. It's like 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
3 times.
God, that was so fucking funny. So they think he's dead. So we go back to reality, and Danny and Cub, the queens come over, and he shows them the head, and he tells them about how he's been texting with Unicorn. Everyone freaks out. I don't know his name. It's Madame Marlboro. I don't know. The fucking
Madame Mortimer.
Madame Mortimer. I always call them, Madame Marlboro, because he sounds like he's smoked a pack of cigarettes since 3 years old.
He talks like, oh my God, I gotta get out. I can't even do it right.
He talks like this all the time.
Yeah,
his voice is completely shut. I love dick. Yeah. I think is what he says at one point.
Yeah.
So, crazy voice drag queen. Apparently, is started texting Unicorn and says, "Okay, I'm gonna come over to bang."
Yeah, that's fuck. Can you host?
What the fuck? You just get the news that a Unicorn guy that's been texting back and forth with Danny has killed, and you see the severed head, and you're like, you know what? I want to fuck that guy.
Exactly. I thought the same thing. Again, this is like the logic. Like, I don't care if they're trying to. What kind of image they're trying to perpetrate with these characters, or how dumb they're, but nobody's. I mean, that's just beyond dumb and beyond like believability. Like, a guy, even Dan's like, yeah, he's this Unicorn guy on Grindr, he's blah blah blah, and then the Unicorn guy chased me down. The Unicorn guy killed this guy, and he's like, oh well, the same Unicorn guy sucks me. I'm gonna go fuck him right now. Like, fuck you.
Yeah.
This is the stupidest line. Nobody would do that.
Yeah, that's
especially since you're a friend. Like
friend,
Grant, I guess they're all, drag queens are shady bitches, and maybe I don't know how they have real friends or not. But why would you do that? Just like your friends just like you need you like no, I'm gonna go fuck this guy who just killed our buddy. Like it's the worst. It's one of the worst things I think I've ever seen.
It's pretty bad. But then we get another flashback. What's his nuts? Goes out to find
Madame Mortimer.
Madame Marlboro goes over to Unicorn,
goes back to the body. Goes back to the body.
Oh yeah, the flashback goes back to the body, and this is a flashback. Pardon.
Yes.
So it's the flashback again. Madame Mortimer finds the guy they beat the shit out of, and they
give
think
him
he's
the
dead.
old back alley coat hanger abortion.
Yeah, he gets a coat hanger and he starts like jamming into his crotch. We don't know exactly what he's doing.
I'm pretty sure he shoves the hanger up the dude's pee hole.
That's so weird. We don't quite see it, but I guess that's
but
what
he starts
happened.
pulling his pants down.
Yeah,
and he starts jamming up.
Yeah, obviously he's doing something, mutilating his genitals in some way.
Yeah.
He's
like, you don't fuck with my friends. You're not going to fuck with anybody
You
ever
don't
again.
fuck with my friends.
Yeah, there you go.
That's hard to do. God damn.
So, yeah, I'm assuming he's giving the old back alley abortion with the coat hanger.
But it's like the guy reacts. He's like, he's passed out, but you can tell he's like, well, this fucking sucks. And so he's like, he's not dead. So, anyway, now we cut back to present time. Madame Mortimer's at Unicorn's house looking for some dick. Unicorn comes out, knocks him out. Leaving.
Well, when he gets
she knocks him out.
First of all, he goes to Unicorn's apartment, and everything's covered in blood.
Everything's bloody.
There's
Everything's
like
weird.
a fucking bloody meat hook hanging from the ceiling too, or something.
And he walks around for a little bit, like hello, 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 and he's like, okay, I guess I'm getting out of here. Then he gets knocked out.
Yeah.
Then he wakes up. He's tied up. And sure enough, Unicorn sticks something up his dick hole.
It's like he burns. He heats up like a
heats
roach
up like
clip.
Or I thought it was a.
It's like a roach clip or well, alligator clip.
Yes.
Alligator clip on a stove on the fire, and then like clips it to his dick or shoves it up his.
We don't know
too.
exactly.
We don't really see it, but
luckily we don't see the graphic nature of it. But
yeah.
he leaves Madame Mortimer alive, tied up.
Yes.
So we cut back to the Queens. They're going to the party again, the enema party. This year's enema party.
Brooklyn's annual enema party, which is just disgusting.
Yeah.
This is gross.
So the Queens are laying a track for the Unicorn at the party. Again, super gay party.
Super gay.
Basically using Danny as bait.
Mm-hmm.
So we have a scene where this guy comes up to some people doing some S&M shit. Whipping each other. They walk away. He's like, "What's up? Why don't you fuck me? That's not cool."
No one wants them. Who's gonna make me come?
Who's gonna make me come? He gets into a pleasure
before we talk about
this is where I feel everything goes off the rails.
Yeah, because it's going to go. We're gonna speed up here.
While you go talk, I'm gonna grab some more ice.
All right, so this is weird. Like I said, it's super gay, but the whole basis of this party, which the host is basically get douched and dance. So the whole point is everybody goes around and gets enemas, gets their asses cleaned out just so they can have a giant basically fuck fest the rest of the night with their clean, douchey summer breeze assholes now. And they seriously go around. They talk about, oh, my ass tastes like watermelon. And my ass tastes like a margarita. I love it. And like, I'm gonna go do it again. And that's the gist of this party. Is people are going to rooms, getting enemas shot up their ass, they clean them out, just so they can fuck everybody in the club again. Like, this is a thing, apparently.
I don't know if that was correct or not. And again, I just
What do you mean, how is that? What did I not get?
I think it's a play on words. You know, it's like that's the name of a drink or a shot. Because he's like, I want an ass juice shot when he's at the bar.
Yeah, he does
asking for like an ass juice.
I think they just themed the drinks because everybody's getting enemas.
I think you're taking it too literal.
I don't think so. They get fucked in the ass. They're getting enemas. They literally come out and say my ass tastes like peppermint now.
Like, that's the type of shot that you're getting. That's the type of drink you're getting. It's not like it's like you're not getting your asshole juices into a glass to drink.
Not that. No, not literal. I know. Come on. I'm not saying they're squirting into a shot glass and drinking. That I'm not saying. But tossing salads, eating ass is a thing. And if you're going to get a fruity fucking enema, you're going to taste the whatever.
Would you eat more ass if it tasted good?
Maybe.
So maybe it's not a bad idea then.
That's what I'm saying. I'm sure this is a real fucking thing.
Fruity Tooty, fresh and fruity ass.
Yes, damn right. But yeah, so...
Okay,
and everybody's dressed up like it's a rave too. There's a lot of costumes, not just drag queens, but a lot of costumes, a lot of elaborate,
S&M, a lot of bondage type gear.
But there's also like Danny and Pop-Up are wearing like sequined singlets or spandex and singlets,
like
not
almost
just,
like those like what the ladies wear, those like singlety like tiny little straps that just cover their, or like what Bruno wore, you know.
Yeah, Pop-Up's wearing like a full like if Kurt Angle was gay and the rest of like a fucking short-legged singlet, but it's like sequined with it, and then the last year's one, where he got raped, Danny's wearing like a sequined one with a giant marijuana leaf on it.
I love your logic. If Kurt Angle was gay,
well, I was thinking
your mind goes back to pro wrestling.
Well, I'm trying to think of who was famous for wearing singlets all the time. He was one of them. He was big in the singlet.
Fair enough.
So that's why I was going there. But yeah, so it's a mix of like S&M. There's this bright, colorful rave outfits. There's costumes galore. There's drag queens. It is a sight to behold. I will say that.
And this is where it goes off the rails.
It does go
So
off.
as I was saying, there's a guy who's wanting to get. He wants to get off. He really wants to get off, and no one wants to play ball with him. And he's like, "What the fuck?" He winds up in a pleasure swing by himself, which is held up by chains.
Yeah,
and
sex swing.
along comes Unicorn,
Mm-hmm.
and he's like, "Oh hey, what's up?" He pulls down his pants and just throws his legs back, and Unicorn,
like you can douche me. He has a fucking enema squeak, like a turkey baster type thing.
and he jams it into his ass, and he's like, "Oh, it's hot. It's like sriracha. I like sriracha." And then I don't quite exactly know what happens again because all the kills are very poorly edited. But I guess he's slicing him open or jamming it into him so much where he's like, stop. And then all these bloody chunks start dropping down and he kills him.
Here's what I think happened. Because you never see a knife. My guess is, because he's like, pull it out, it hurts. I think, even though I wish they would have showed it or, just something lead up to it. Because he's like, oh, it burns like sriracha. My guess is he filled the little enema squirty tubey thing with like acid or something and gave him like an acid enema.
You'd have to show us that first.
That's what I'm saying. You should show like a bottle of acid and he filled in a thing that they didn't. But they certainly also don't show him with a knife jamming it like this because all they show is him holding him up in his hand like. So I think there is some kind of acid, something in
all
the
kinds
enema
of like
thing.
bloody chunks are falling
And like
down.
his colon comes out.
Right.
Like
Yeah, it's pretty gross.
It's pretty disgusting.
Yeah.
But that's my because he's saying it burns. It burns. Like, and if he's getting stabbed with a knife, I don't think he's gonna say it burns.
Right,
He's gonna say it's hurt, but he's there says it burns and acid burns. So
I didn't quite know. I just said Uni gets a dude in chain pleasure swing and rips his asshole out? Question mark?
Question mark? Yeah, yeah. But I think it was acid or some kind of something.
Yeah. So Danny's running around. He's trying to warn the other queens.
But a very unique kill. I'll give him that.
Yes.
We've never seen that one before.
That the killer's here, but they don't give a fuck, all of a sudden, the stage is lit up and like, hey, here comes a gay magic trick.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to be some guy who's in his little outfit. He's gonna do like a Houdini type thing where you're gonna escape. He's laid down on a table and strapped down. That's what I figured. Yeah.
I didn't thought he was. I have no idea.
They laid him down on a table and he's strapped down with big straps. And, there's music going on. All of a sudden, Unicorn pops up, and everyone thinks Unicorn's part of the show. Mm-hmm. He shoves a funnel into the guy's mouth and then pulls out his cock and starts pissing into the funnel, into the guy's mouth. And everybody loves it. Yep. Everyone's like, woohoo!
Again, what the fuck? I know, like, okay, this thing, but I'm sorry, even a lot of gay guys would probably have to draw a line at pissing in someone's mouth. That is such a small niche of a sexual kink that I don't think like 99% of people in that show would be like, yeah, that's awesome. They'd be like, what the fuck? That's disgusting. But people are cheering this. And the guy, I also blame the guy who this is his own fault. Because, his body might be strapped down. All he has to do is turn his head to the side.
Spit out the funnel.
And spit the funnel. Yeah, he might get pissed on, but I'd rather get pissed on than fucking pissed down my throat. I just turn your head and spit out the funnel. That's all you gotta do. But he doesn't, and then he just seems to die. Like he drowns in pee.
He's just seemingly dead.
Yeah, just seeming like you.
I hate to say it, but yes, you can drink all that piss and be fine.
Yeah.
Nothing's gonna happen.
It's disgusting.
You might throw up.
And technically, you can drink your own pee up to twice before you get like sick, and it would kill you. If you're extreme survival.
And how do you know that?
Military survival training.
Yuck.
We never did it, but they teach like if you already have to, you can drink your pee up to twice. After that, it becomes toxic and hazardous, and But
all right. Well, now we move on, and this is where my notes get really bad because I'm just like,
oh, what comes up next?
We get to the fisting scene.
Yo, you just dropped that bomb.
I did.
Let's because one of the guys
because you know how much I fucking put in this. Once I saw this happen, I'm like, nope. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot Marshall told me about this. I'm just like fast forwarding through all this. I'm like, nope.
You coward.
Nope.
I watched this whole I did not fast
then
forward.
Take it away.
First of all, one of the guys looks like a mime. Like every time we see him, he's got his face painted white with like
A teardrop.
A teardrop or like
a heart.
Something. Yeah, he looks like a mime every time. So he's the one who wants to get fisted by, I guess, his boyfriend or somebody. But we see these two together in group scenes. They're always together. But he's like, I want your fist. He's like, well, how much? Like, I want all of it. He's like, well, where? Like, inside me.
All the way up to the forearm.
All the way up. Yeah, I want your whole arm. And so he's like, all right. And he goes over this giant, like, push pump out of lube.
That was pretty funny.
And it's like, and it lubes up his entire arm like a fucking vet about to shove a hand up a cow's ass.
And
or
that's
something
when
like
that's when the fast forward came out. I'm like,
And the guy just bends over on all fours and bloop, there goes the fist right at the guy's ass. And he's sitting there pumping away his fist up the dude's ass when up comes Unicorn. And guy fisting dude looks over like, hey man, you want in on this? And you're like, yeah, I do. So he joins in. He gets behind the guy fisting, starts rubbing him up and down his chest. The guy's fisting like, yeah. Unicorn grabs a dude by the neck. Like, at first it's supposed to be like, you know, like a turn on. And the guy's like, yeah, choke me. Yeah, all right. And the other guy's like, oh yeah, get that fist up there. I can feel you in my throat. And the other guy,
oh, God.
And then, so they're going away. Unicorn's rubbing the guy down and choking with the other arm. And then again, I don't know where he keeps it. I guess he again pulls out from his ass cheeks, pulls out a knife. A surprisingly small knife. I guess if you are cheeking it, it'd have to be small. But pulls out the knife and starts cutting the dude's arm off that's up the other guy's ass. He starts cutting into his arm. The guy's screaming like, "Oh my god!" Ah! And the guy getting fisted. He's like, yeah. He's like looking at. He's like, "Oh my god!" But he can't go because he's got a fucking fist up his ass. So he's like anchored in place.
He's got a hold of him from the inside.
Yeah, he can't go anywhere. And Unicorn then like snaps the fisting dude's neck with one hand just from my like snap. I'm like,
boo.
All right, lame. And then finishes cutting off the arm that's shoved up the guy's ass. Yanks, rips it out of the dude's ass, and then chokes the mime dude to death with the arm that was just up his ass and
God,
kills him.
Damn, I'm so glad I didn't see any of that.
My biggest problem with this scene was the fucking knife. It was like, if you're gonna cut a dude's arm off, you better get yourself a proper fucking knife.
Instead of like a paring knife.
It basically was. It was basically a paring knife. And the guy gets his arm cut off, just stands there and takes it. Like, he could have easily just like ripped his hand out of the dude's ass and spun around to get out of the Unicorn. He's got it with one hand from. It's not like a death grip. He's not in a sleeper hold or like. He could have just ripped his and gotten away. He just stands there and
hearing
takes
you
it.
say the sentence, he could have ripped his hand out of that dude's ass. And there's so much wrong with what I'm hearing, and I can just think about the guy who's getting it, and all of a sudden it's just ripped out. I mean, there's got to be all kinds of damage that just comes out of that.
But self-preservation, man. If you're in that situation, and you're
now that would have been this. If I shot the fisting scene,
well, he should have only shoved the arm up all the way, like just shoved it up, and like done more with the fist, and like killed by fist.
That's an interesting way to do it. Mine would be the guy does react, like you said, like he's getting choked or attacked by Unicorn, and instead of being like, "Oh no, I gotta finish fisting my boyfriend,"
yeah,
if he just rips his arm out, and when he does that, all kinds of shit and intestines and crap comes flying out of the one dude who got fisted. He's dead. And then, as he's turning around to fight the Unicorn, he can't grab anything because he's all lubed up. And everything's slipping, and he just can't grab the knife. He can't grab his hand, and he gets killed. That's the way I'd shoot that fisting scene.
And that's better, too. That way works. I like that as well. But it could have been, if you're going to do a goddamn fisting scene, like, go all in. Like, include it in the death. Like you said, like the way Aaron did it, or if you cut the guy's arm off, then have the Unicorn, like kick the arm, like just
I don't
shove
know.
it all the way up the guy's ass.
I don't think it's bad to cut the arm off and shove it into the guy. You can pull it out and then shove it in the guy's mouth.
He didn't shove it in his mouth though.
Oh.
He strangled him with it like across the neck, like it was like a
like a bar,
like a
crowbar,
like a crowbar. Yeah, like if you just had like he didn't shove it down. That would have been better. Like shoved it down his throat. That would be kind of funny and gross and disgusting all right. But that would have been great too. No, he just holds it across the guy's neck and just chokes him out with the forearm.
Gotcha.
And that's why it was so like it could have been a great fucking double kill death scene and ended up being kind of lame and then just fucking gross.
So my notes basically consist of, and now we get to the fisting scene. ... I skipped that. So now we talked about it, but everyone's running around in a panic for some reason. I don't know why. And I wrote to myself, I must have missed something. I don't care.
Danny finally convinced people that
there's a killer.
The killer there, and I think one of the bodies was discovered, possibly. I could be wrong there, but anyway, they convinced them that there's a killer there.
There's a killer on the loose.
Killer, I thought the same thing.
You best go running high.
There's a killer on the
loose. It's your time to die.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I thought this. I was singing that same song too because they said one of the gay guys. There's a killer on the loose.
Nice shout out to Rocktober Blood. Rocktober Blood. As bad as that movie was, it was still pretty awesome.
Yeah, that and one of the best ending sequences ever.
Best ending.
Filmed.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, one of the gay queens comes out and is like, "There's a killer on there. Everybody run!" So finally, people start running. It's chaos now.
Everyone's running in a panic. An alarm goes off, and
we talk? Okay. Yeah.
And the unicorn starts stalking people. Like he's stalking one girl, but the real girl, but she gets away.
Yeah.
He stalks someone else, but they might get away. It's a really slow strobe effect that they're showing.
This is my problem.
Like I don't know. It kind of worked for me. Like it was like when alarms go off. Like I understand, like the power gets cut.
This is my problem right here.
There should be some sort of like ambient lighting or something where it's just on battery power. When that makes sense for it to be darker.
Yes.
But when you're doing a strobe, that's so disorientated.
It is.
Why would you have that in an emergency situation?
Exactly.
And this is the slowest strobe.
Yeah.
It's like dark, light, dark.
Yeah.
Light. It's not like ba 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 ba.
Which most strobes are in order for effect. That's scary. Yeah, that's my like. We see the unicorn like go over to the fuse power box, turn the power off. Okay, fine. But by cutting the power off at the fuse box, why would one? Is that setting a fucking alarm off like you're in Silent Hill all of a sudden? Like, wah, wah. Like what? Why is that happening? And then why is there a fucking strobe light? That makes zero sense. If you're gonna have emergency power, it normally just like a red lights. You know, the emergency red lights come on.
Right.
Have the dark. That's creepy enough. Is this just the dark red light? That would make sense, but why would there be a fucking strobe light going off? And then the power's off as he chases Coke. She goes into a fucking bathroom where the lights are on.
That's right.
All the lights are on in this bathroom because she's in there with Horse Foo, and Horse is like, "Get the fuck away from me! Why'd you bring the killer here, bitch?" And then the killer comes in, and Horse is like, "Hey, take this trash person. You and I'm Horse. We're practically cousins. Take this whore instead." And like pushes Coke towards the killer.
What an asshole.
And they both end up getting away at this point.
Yeah, but then Unicorn chases
Horse
Foo to
a
dumbwaiter.
But in a kitchen where the lights are still on. I don't get this.
And he chases him into a dumbwaiter. Which
Horse Foo's
anytime there's a horror movie with a dumbwaiter, I'm like, yeah.
The dumbwaiter, and I'm thinking, okay, I'm
thinking Final Exam.
I think Halloween,
H2O. Yeah.
But dumbwaiter, and he doesn't trick anybody. The unicorn just walks right up to him, like, "Hi," basically. There you are.
Yeah, but then he kills him by. Did he?
He grabs like some vodka or something, and pours it on Horse Foo, who's trapped in dumbwaiter, and then holds up, lights him on fire, and closes the doors and just walks away.
Not a bad kill.
The problem is, that would be the worst way to go.
You need
the alcohol to burn off.
Well, you would need something really high. Like you can't light vodka on fire. It's got to be something like 151. Something like that.
And you can, because some cases you cook with people cook with bourbon, the heat burns the alcohol.
Yes.
It burns off.
It burns off pretty quick.
Yeah, and then the fire would go. I mean, it would just burn off.
But I bet that bitch had a wig. That thing's going to cut her outfit.
The wig,
So I'm fine with that.
Okay.
But yeah, it was a pretty fun kill.
And at that point, then some of them eventually end up making it outside, like Coke and the black guy.
During this scene when all this stuff's happening, like a drag queen walks in, announces herself,
Mary Cherry, I think it was,
and then leaves. It was like a total cameo.
Yeah, it was a cameo by another.
Again, if you're not a drag queen enthusiast, you're not gonna know who the fuck this person is. I didn't know, and it's funny because I've seen a lot of RuPaul's Drag Race. I'm like, I don't know that bitch.
I kept waiting for more like a RuPaul alum or somebody to show up in this movie. That's what I kept one of the better known ones. Like these drag queens probably only known in this Brooklyn circle that made this movie.
In New York Queen,
But yeah, Mary Cher, I think it was, walks in. She's a black girl. And walks in, Mary Cher's here, and then she looks up and sees
all craziness,
the craziness going on, or like the unicorn trying to kill somebody. And she's like, that's some white bitch shit. I'm out, and she just turns and leaves, and that's it. That's her scene.
I didn't know her.
Outside, Coke, the black guy, and one other one are trying to
Cowboy Hey.
They're trying to get inside, but the door keeps closing on them, and they keep getting locked out.
Yeah. Anyway.
Inside, Danny and Pup now are trying to.
Yeah. They make it outside. Danny and Pup make it outside. Danny makes it outside.
Oh no, we have to talk about the weird random dude, but basically he kills himself by snorting too much coke in a bathroom stall. You missed that? Okay, there's this guy in like this black and white sequin shirt, big earrings, and like a bejeweled, like kind of like beret or hat thing, and he's in a bathroom stall and he's just snorting coke. Oh, this stuff's great, and all of a sudden his eyes start to bleed. Like he's bleeding from his eyes, he's bleeding from his nose from this coke, and he's like, oh, what's wrong? What was this shit cut with? Oh my god, it's so bad. Oh, it's like, and he's twitching, but he keeps snorting it. He's like, if you're bleeding from the fucking eyes, I think that's when you stop snorting the coke.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
But he's like, gotta keep going, and he's twitching, he's bleeding out all of his ears, eyes, nose, and he just dies in the bathroom stall.
I don't know why. That does not ring a bell.
And there's also the host at the door, who we missed this one, for sure, because she's everybody's going in, and the unicorn comes up. This is before all that started. He just walks in, like, that'd be $10 or you can't get in. And he just stabs her in the hand, cuts off a finger, and then stabs her right in the fucking...
Soft, wet eye hole.
There it is.
With the knife, killing her. She's dead, and just leaves the body at the front door for everybody to pass on. But then, now we got those two out of the way. Now we come back to Danny
Like I
and
said,
Pup.
my notes are pretty shitty. And also, something we didn't talk about, we do get a cutback scene to... Marlboro smoking
Madam Mortimer
escaping, who is escaping Unicorn's place and pulls, I don't know, a fucking rat tail out of her dick.
Yeah, what the fuck that was? I don't know if that was, again, if it's supposed to be that the skin inside the urethra or whatever, it burns
Whatever
so much
it
when
was.
she rips it off. It was
She-
the skin was stuck to this
Again,
thing.
it sounds weird to say this, but yes, she pulls something out of her dick.
Yeah, and it was all just like burnt, like
It's
skin
all
that
just
ripped
like
off.
crud.
I don't know.
Yeah, they
But
show
like,
it.
It kind of looks like a shit covered metal pole. I don't know. I don't know what it is.
Regardless, anyway,
it's disgusting.
She picks up an axe
And
walks out the door.
Yep.
So that happens. But anyway, we cut to Danny. He's outside the club, and he's like, "Oh my god, I made it! Oh my god!" And then along comes Unicorn, and he's like, "What the fuck? Why are you stalking me? What's happening? Who are you? Why are you doing this?"
And he goes into his big unified gay pride. We're a family. You can come at me, but my girls got my back, and I got theirs, and we're unit, and it's like this big motivational speech all of a sudden.
Yeah, it was just
where'd
like,
this come from?
Like, you can come and you can hurt us all, but all of us gays, we have each other's backs.
Yeah.
All our brothers and sisters, we have each other's back. And as he's saying this, it seems like it's a distraction because Puppy Pup is back behind Unicorn with a giant fucking lead pipe slowly sneaking up behind him. As Danny is giving this, speech of gay unity, Puppy Pup swings and I believe hits Unicorn, misses. I can't tell.
Yeah,
because it's so poorly edited.
Yeah, I don't blame you. It's poorly. What happened? What I got out of this was Unicorn sensed him coming because he's a magical unicorn, has powers like that. Ducks out of the way. Puppy Pup hits Danny because Danny just is only out of the frame. He just goes flying.
So poorly edited. Yeah. I can't tell exactly what's happening. I'm not going to watch it again.
No, I don't blame you. He hits Danny with the pipe, knocking Danny down. Then Unicorn turns, yanks the pipe from Puppy Pup, hits him with the pipe, knocks Pup down to the ground, and just beats Puppy to death.
He beats Pup to death
with the lead pipe.
And that actually doesn't look too bad.
No. And at that point,
as the beating occurs,
Danny gets up, grabs
the
Unicorn's knife from his ass cheeks or wherever it was, and stabs
him in the back.
Unicorn in the back, killing Unicorn.
Seemingly dead.
Yes. Danny stands up. At this point, Coke and Tracy Morgan a wig and the other
Cowboy
black
Hey,
guy,
yeah.
And the black bartender Danny works. They all come running up, and again, like nothing. Fuck now, like they know
like,
there's a killer.
They're walking down the street and they're just like, hey,
party, hi, because they're fucking
got
obnoxious
Coke?
people. And then Unicorn gets up behind Danny, stabs Danny.
Yeah, stabs
in
Danny
the back,
and stabs him a couple times.
Yeah, so Danny drops. I'm like, okay, I guess Danny's dead. And then up from behind Unicorn comes Madam Mortimer Marlboro Mouth and
with his fucking axe.
With his axe and chops down into like the clavicle of Unicorn, kills Unicorn, then just looks up at and Coke and others like they're all like, yeah, woo! And then Mortimer just looks up like, Jamie Lee Curtis made that look so much easier. Who's got a drink and a bump? Roll credits. That's it. That's the movie.
I did like the line. Jamie Lee Curtis made it look so much easier. I did like that.
Who's got a drink
Followed
and a
up
bump?
by who's got a drink and a bump. I like that ridiculous ending, but I hate it so much too because they just kill the main character like that.
Like, yeah, it doesn't get like a big close-up death scene. No big
stab.
workup. It just stabbed up, and I guess he's dead.
I
guess. His friends are just standing there watching it happen, like cheering, like, "Hi, woo, yeah!" I'm like, what? Why is nobody helping or calling the cops or doing it? Anyway,
it's so like I feel like they just completely ran out of ideas.
Yeah,
and it's like, well, the movie's over.
Yeah,
and something that really pisses me off too. There's no fucking reveal.
No, you never see the killer.
Because there's a thing Danny starts saying. He's like, "Who are you? Let me see your face. Who are you? Who are you? Who are you?"
Yeah.
Let's see the fucker's face at least. If it's nobody, it'd be even funnier. Be like, who the fuck are you?
Yeah.
You know, like, oh, you're not that exciting. Or, oh, no, just not. But there's nothing. There's nothing there. And that's it. That's Killer Unicorn.
Yeah. There is, even though I just said about why there's nobody ever called a cop, there is a 2-second clip at the end of the credits of the black girl that comes in for like 2 seconds. Like, I'm here. Oh, there's some white bitch shit, and this leaves. She comes back at the end of the credits and she talks to him like, "Why ain't these bitches ever call the cops?" Or something like, they comment on that, and then that's it.
That's kind of funny.
So yeah, that's fucking Killer Unicorn. Jesus Christ. All right, let's move on to favorite kill then.
Don't act like you didn't love it. Favorite kill.
Yeah. Jesus. What are we gonna do this week? Wow.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I didn't quite like any of them.
There was potential there, but they kind of dropped the ball to make it from okay to great.
I guess I didn't even watch it. I can't say the fisting scene because I didn't watch it.
Yeah, you kind of missed out on that one.
I didn't watch the fisting scene, and I'm kind of still glad I didn't watch the fisting scene. So of all the kills, I guess I'm gonna go with the gay dude who got his butthole melted. I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna have to pick one.
Okay.
Funny thing is, we just got a whole bunch of new followers, and this is gonna be their first episode. They're gonna be like, "These guys suck."
Yeah. Well, if you think we suck, you can call us on our hotline 7404-SUCK-IT and tell us how much we suck if you want to. Yeah. For me, I thought the same. I really. It doesn't sound. I never thought I'd say this either, but I kind of was hoping it would be the fisting scene would be my favorite kill because that was definitely something we've never seen, unique, and they could have. There was so much potential to do something really crazy there and cool with that, but I think they dropped the balls on that one.
Waka waka.
Yeah. So I think I'm going to agree now, even though horse food getting burned in the dumbwaiter.
I do like a dumbwaiter death. I do love a
But
dumbwaiter
that would by
death.
far be that one scares me the most, just because that would be the worst way to go. That's the worst kill. But like, as far as cinematic and go for what we're doing here, the animal one is probably gonna be there. Even though I don't know if that would necessarily kill you. I think you could get if you got you could. Yeah, it would do some serious fucking damage. And
but like you said,
could,
if it was acid, it would.
It could, if it's
fucking
acid,
it could end you.
Yeah. So.
Like if it gets starts melting through like major blood vessels.
Yeah,
I
don't. Yeah,
it's gonna you're gonna fucking.
So
die.
I'm gonna go with the acid enema. Assuming that's what we know. Yeah.
Back to back.
Yeah, I guess that's all I got. So we'll go with acid enema. Let's move on to the odds and ends.
Just when you thought it was over, here comes the odds and ends.
All right, so the ratings. IMDb gives it a 3.2 out of 10. There is no official thermometer score on Rotten Tomatoes, but it has a 67% audience score, which was a lot higher than I thought this movie would have.
Way
higher. So this, I guess the gays love this one then.
Hey.
And I mean, good for me. That's what it's made for.
Way to go, gays!
Good. And Amazon gives it a 3.5 out of 5. Plot keywords: ho doggy. Holy shit! The plot keywords in this movie.
I don't know if I want to hear.
Okay, so beside the basic, gay, lesbian, LGBT, all that stuff,
Right.
We have unicorn. No surprise there.
Yeah.
Cocaine.
Sure.
Drag queen. Rolling a joint.
Okay.
Now, excuse me if I butcher this, because okay, pre-exposure prophylactics, grinder, Adderall, roofied, fellatio rape, enema, fisting, sex dungeon, glory hole, and male rare entry.
Oh shit! I forgot to talk about their scene with Danny in the bathroom, where blades are coming through the glory holes trying to stab Danny.
We need to talk about that.
I forgot about that scene. That's a funny scene.
It's a funny scene because he's in his bathroom being chased, and there's just this one, and there's just like glory holes all over. There's like 10 different. It's like the old gag of like a Bugs Bunny cartoon where he's in like the magician's box and it's like stabbing the sword through the boxes and all these different angles. And it's basically what's happening here. Only it's a knife comes through a glory hole. The thing that made me question it is I was like, I'm sure things like this exist, but I found it really funny that the glory holes that were up at like eye level. Because, that means the person
Someone's
on the other
on a
side
ladder.
is, on a ladder on the other side, standing on a ladder,
dick
shove his dick through a hole, which the walls don't go to the ceiling.
Which would defeat the purpose
of
of the
glory hole, because it's supposed to be a mystery, because that means the dude would be standing there, torso from torso up.
You can see him, and he can see you.
And he's looking down, I'm like, that's just weird.
But it was still funny.
But it's funny,
that was a good gag.
And
I feel so bad I forgot to mention that. That was a good gag. When he runs in the bathroom and he's getting stabbed at through all these glory holes. That's so stupid, but fun. It's well done. That's funny.
That one was good. All right, so some trivia. So the dark room of the Brooklyn's annual Emina party is actually a real sex dungeon in Brooklyn.
Gross.
The tub of lube that Ben used that we talked about, that giant gallon thing of lube, that was used during the fisting, was not a prop brought by the production. It was found in the location from a sex party that happened the night before at that venue.
Gross.
Yes. Most of the parts were written for the queens based on their real life drag queen personas.
Gross. I should stop saying that. I'm sorry.
So that's what we got for trivia. That's all I got.
But I do appreciate that they try to incorporate the drag queen's personality into the presentation.
Yeah. All right. So that brings us to guess the budget, and I'm going to use the soundbite we haven't used in a while. I think kind of appropriate for this movie.
Time for Aaron to blow his wad with the budget game.
Zing.
You want to take a mighty guess on what the budget was for this movie?
I had the feeling this was on a shoestring budget. I don't think they got the rights from the city of New York to film in the city of New York, because that's a very expensive thing to do. I imagine this is guerrilla style. pretty much everything was shot in a gay club or in people's apartments or houses. $15,000. Yeah. Okay. What we got?
A lot more than that.
Okay. Can I try again? $50,000. Shit! Did I blow my wad, or I need to go higher?
Actually, you couldn't even get it up on this one. $150,000 budget.
Oh my god! Wow!
All right, you want to redeem? You want to take? You want to guess what the gross? How much this movie made?
So wait. This was actually released into a limited amount of theaters.
Probably more like a film festival or a gay pride festival. But was in a theater. They did charge money. It did make some. It did make. Well, they charged money for it. I'm not gonna say anything exact. If you want to take a guess how much this actually made?
$15,000. $50,000.
That one's a little closer.
Okay.
It grossed only $33,901.
Yeah, that's what I figured. I'm sorry, but yeah. I can't believe they made this for over $100,000.
Yeah, I can't believe. I thought that. I was like, and where'd the money go? Like, if you're gonna spend that much money, the special effects should have been better. I think.
It's tuck tape.
The tuck tape, all the tape, yeah, all that duct tape.
Gotta peel those penises back.
Ugh, I can't imagine doing that.
Dude, I can't imagine.
I will say, man, the drag queens who do that, I give props to it because I would not want to be ripping duct tape off my balls and dick on a nightly basis. Ouch.
I just can't think about abusing my penis that much.
Oof.
I mean, I abuse it enough as it is.
All right, let's move on to Mortal Kombat Combat.
At the end of this day, one shall stand, one shall fall.
Good versus bad. Right versus wrong. Light versus dark. In the end, when the dust settles, who will be left standing after Mortal Kombat Combat?
I tried to make Marshall break. I tried. He did not break.
Actually, I probably should have used the combat on this because this isn't much of a combat battle this week. It's pretty much all one-sided.
I'm guessing it's a whole bunch of 5-star reviews.
There's only 36 total reviews on Amazon right now. 34% are 5-star, with 15% being 1-star. That said, I don't believe there are any 1-star reviews that were actually written out. Because it's probably just straight people who didn't want, just like, fuck this movie, or whatever. I don't know. I'm assuming nobody wrote a 1-star
like
review.
they just saw the word unicorn killer, they
watched it and just
and
1-star.
and they're like, oh, this is a gay horror movie. And why would you give it a 1-star rating if you just
move on?
If it's a gay horror movie, be like, oh, well, this is not my cup of tea.
Just move on. Yeah.
Yeah. Why go out of your way to give it a 1-star?
So like the people who I have no idea why they give 1-star. Nobody wrote a reason. So 5 stars from Robbie. Loved it. I heard about this movie on a podcast about queer horror, so decided to give it a try. Boy, am I glad I did. The story is interesting. The acting was pretty good, and seeing a pretty realistic portrayal of this segment of the queer community was awesome. This is not a horror comedy, though it has some funny and campy elements. This is legit horror movie about a killer going after a group of friends in increasingly imaginative and gory ways. It's awesome. You should give it a try. 5 stars.
You need to read every review as cowboy. Hey!
From Anon. If you are not put off by bad acting and lousy special effects in horror movies, then Killer Unicorn may work for you. The humor and camp factor is what makes this movie enjoyable, and the Killer Unicorn himself is not too bad on the eyes. This was well-made homage to the slasher films of the 80s with a modern touch to it, and I would certainly watch it again and again. 5 stars.
Why does everyone constantly say it's an homage to 80s slashers when it clearly isn't?
Yeah, I did not. They made reference. Oh, Jamie Lee Curtis reference, and I think there's one other reference to like. honestly, we're not even saying. I mean, we're talking about the fucking dumb way we're talking reference. That's a stretch. Nobody else might not even make that reference or connection.
But it's like we hear that so often.
Just because it's a
so
slasher,
many yes,
it does not make it necessarily mean it's an homage to 80s movie just because it's a slasher.
Slashers were a fucking banger in the 80s.
Yeah,
we get it. Yeah, but you know what? There's the 90s. There's the teens. There's the aughts. There's the teens. Now we're in the 20s.
I got nothing 80s from this movie at all.
Nothing.
From Dan M. writes, hilarious queer film. Absolutely loved it.
Fair enough.
Amazon customer. This is the best snapshot of the culture and ridiculousness of Brooklyn drag and nightlife. You don't need to be an RIT film student to appreciate the layers here. It is really entertaining. My favorite is the cameo by Mary Cherry, whom a lot of people are mistaking for Latrice Royale for some reason. Now that's a name I know.
Latrice Royale.
Who has like the best laugh on that show. I knew that.
She's great. She's great.
From Jason, I love horror film and I was recommended Killer Unicorn from a horror group on Facebook, and I was not disappointed. The film was so much fun to watch with a great ensemble and a creepy murderer on the loose. Creepy? More like fantastic. It was just the right amount of camp with the perfect amount of scares. 5 star. Oh no, the cinematography was also great. All the drag queens were stunning in this as well. Ooh, I do. Drew Bowen did a fantastic job directing the film. I'm looking forward to seeing more of his work. 5 stars. And I think this is the second last. Yeah. Bunny Spiegelman. Love this movie immediately. I'm so happy it's here. Cannot recommend it enough. 5 stars. And that's basically every written review on Amazon.
Right.
Now, the last one I wrote is not from Amazon, but it's by far my favorite review.
Ooh.
And this was on IMDb. It's a 7-star review.
Are you gonna read it as Cowboy Hey Hey?
I'm gonna do my best.
All right. channel your inner.
It's from
your inner queen.
Therese Fugi. Okay. A fierce ass. That's just the performance of the drag queen with the pink lashes lapping down her face in a stream of tears manner. Ooh, and there's my favorite, Snow. I'm gagging over that hot killer unicorn, but girl, Madam Mortimer is giving me the chilsies for realsies. That voice reminds me of when Raven should have won RuPaul's Drag Race.
That's true.
Though all the drag queens were excellent, the queen's social media reactions to Just Jizz's murder was hilarious. Grab a group of pals, that great group of pals Danny has. I'm wishing I could get my glad drags on and head out on that random. Girl!
But I agree, Raven should have won season 2 of Drag Race for sure.
Fuck Tyra!
Fuck Tyra! And her busted ass teeth. Shit.
Oh, I think she got those fixed.
She did. As pretty much every drag queen does. It's so funny. You watch. I'm going off a RuPaul thing. Anytime you see a busted ass drag queen, later when they come back in All Stars, or if they get recasted, dude, their teeth are fucking amazing. They get that shit fixed. Although, just recently, the newest episode of All Stars just came out.
I didn't know that was still going.
It's on Paramount Plus.
Yeah.
Now. And Melissa was telling me about this, and I didn't know. My wife, Melissa, one of the drag queens is like talking. He talks like this. And I'm like, the fuck is going on with his mouth? And she's like, oh no. And she's like, I'm like, what? She goes, I don't think he can afford new teeth. I'm like, what are you talking about? She's like, I think he has a grill. You know how like rappers put grills over their teeth of like different like diamonds and shit like
the
that?
gold.
But there's grills you can put over teeth that look like better teeth.
Yeah, they're what are they called?
They're not
like
dentures.
Clappers? No, they're like they're some with a C. I think they use the word like they talk about getting God, what are the
yeah, but it's like they just don't look right. It's like yeah, it does not look right on this guy. And it's just like he talks funny like this, and he's a black dude, and he kind of talks sound tough, but he sounds silly like this. Like it's so weird. But anyway, yeah, Raven robbed. Boom.
I was okay with Raven. I did not like Raja in season 3. I thought he was a
really
full of himself. I thought he was too. I like when he came back in later seasons. Like, okay, he wasn't as bad. But during that season, like, dude, this guy was so fucking full of himself. I wanted to, like, I couldn't take him.
That's fair enough. But I mean, to be the best, you got to believe it. And did you know Raja was the very first drag queen to ever be featured on The Simpsons?
No.
Not RuPaul. Raja.
That surprised me. I figured
Yes.
for sure RuPaul would have been on a
Right?
Simpsons episode.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
What season was that? Had him been like.
It was late. It was like a
That'd been
weird
really-
season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's that.
And we also just gave you a glimpse into how much we love RuPaul's I almost look at it as professional wrestling. It's like who puts on the best performance?
Yeah.
Who does like
That's what it's theater. It's a theatric performance.
Theater.
That's what I look at
yes,
it as. I
yes.
look at it as it's a theatrical performance. You're portraying a character.
Yeah, and you're putting on the the physical presentation as well as the physical presentation.
Just like wrestlers. Only it's a different type of.
Did I say physical as well as the physical?
Yeah, you did.
I think I did. I think
Yes, you did.
I need another drink. I've had at least. I know I've had 3 drinks.
All right.
Pretty deep.
All right. So. All right. That's it. Well, let's wrap this
How
up.
long was this episode?
Well, we're not even done yet, but our final thoughts, man. Where are you saying going with Killer Unicorn?
Honestly, I'm gonna look at it through a different spectrum for this week. Would I ever watch this movie again? No, I wouldn't. Do I recommend the average horror fan to see it? Not really. But if you do want some insight into the LGBTQ plus community, and you kind of want to just find it, this is a fun place to start. I'm gonna say So Bad It's Good. I think it's campy enough. The jokes, I mean, from an indie standpoint, it's fun. It's stupid. It's got all the stuff that I like about a horror movie. It's not as well done as others, but there's a certain charm to it. I'm going to say So Bad It's Good.
I mean, also, I'm surprised by that, but okay. One thing I wanted to mention that I don't know where I am with this movie. I'm trying to look at it from a different, through a different lens, and trying to.
That's what I'm saying.
As a game, you're like, is this good? Would game you like? I don't know. But one thing about it, like we touched on briefly at the very beginning, like these people are horrible. Like they're obnoxious, annoying, horrible people. There's really nobody I ended up like in this was like rooting for or wanting to live. I just don't care. And honestly, even the killer, like at some point, I ended up feeling bad when it was justified and wanted to kill everybody. Did he root for you to rape you? Yeah, that's terrible. But can you blame him for wanting to come back and kill everybody who basically beat him to death, left him in an alley, and then fucking Madam Over shoved a coat hanger up his dick? Can you blame him for wanting to come back? And like, no, these guys had it coming too. Like that, like there's not like they're innocent in this. Like so there's nobody that's like well innocent that it doesn't deserve what's coming to him in this movie. That's so it's hard to get behind, like, root for somebody. And on top of that, everybody talks like, oh my God, Queen, oh you're such a bitch, like all the time. It's hard. It's exhausting. But that said, it is that community, that niche. So, again, like I'm agree with you. It would the average horror person like this? No. Would most people like if you're not open-minded enough or into the gate? Could you even handle watching? Probably not. I mean, there's the fisting scene, all the blowjob. Like there's some graphic stuff in it that are like you fast forward through it.
There was also a reason I had to fast forward that my wife and my daughter were in the room at the time, and she's 18 months. She's starting to pay attention to a lot of stuff. So I fast forwarded through a lot of different stuff, and when they left, I came back to it. But the fisting scene, I just didn't come back to.
So, but if I'm looking through my gay lenses,
your fabulous
my
colored
fabulous
lenses.
my fierceness, girl.
You do that too naturally. Am I gonna start calling you Madam Marshall?
Oh. I don't. I think if I was a drag, I think I'd be the Baroness, something like that. I think I'd Baroness something.
Baroness, B-E-A-R.
Baroness,
Yeah,
Baroness,
the
Baroness,
Baroness.
Baroness, the Baroness. I think that'd be my my gay.
I think you nailed it.
But no, seriously, I don't know. This is such a tough one. And then I compare it to Kissing Darkness. By far, I would say this is better than Kissing Darkness.
Way better.
Because at least in this one, shit's happening.
Like a story is happening.
There's some sort, and it makes sense. Keith Snyder goes, "What the fuck?" And it was
Instead of
slow.
like, I'm a vampire. Okay, well, let's rub dicks.
Yeah.
I'm a vampire. Okay, let's rub dicks.
Yeah, it was so weird. Except Keith Snyder had the quiche guy, which was hilarious. That guy was funny as fuck. But I would guess I'll say good. I guess.
Well,
Again,
like I
both
said,
of ours
like
have asterisks behind this, but
Like I said, you have to look at it through the lens of the community
But I'm
that
gonna
the community that it's geared towards.
right. But I'm looking even as the average gay community, like the average gay guy, would they even like this? Because I can't imagine every gay guy is into the fucking fisting and just the giving random strangers blowjobs in the bathroom just because they pulled their dick out and say, okay, well here, like, would this be even offensive to the gay community? And sometimes I'm like, it might be. I don't know. I don't know how some, like, and I guess everybody's different. There's, I don't know, but I guess overall, I'm gonna say, in a weird way, good. But take that for a grain of salt. I mean, there's enough kills. There's enough going on that, and it is short. It goes by, for the most part, fairly quickly.
Yeah, doesn't really drag. To be perfectly honest, I was never bored.
Unfortunately, it is not free on Prime right now. You do have to rent it if you actually really want to watch it.
So if you really want to step out on a limb,
my dumbass actually, I think, bought it.
You're gonna get so many suggestions. That's like viewers also like, like twinks in space.
Yeah, I was fucking bombarded with like gay movies now. Well, because if I rent it one time, I know I'm going to end up watching it a second or third time to get through the notes and get through everything. And the first time I watched this was like 3 weeks ago, and so like I don't want to have to re-rent it 2 or 3 times. It's cheaper for me just to buy it than rent it 2 or 3 times.
Funny.
I just buy it.
So funny.
Yeah, I'm not proud. I'm like, what the? I own this
Dude,
now.
let your flag fly. Be proud.
The Baroness.
Well, we've been to the gay club in town.
Yes,
and
we have.
escapades
several times.
Yes, it's like, well, here's the funny thing, and again, we're done with the show. Thank you, Moon Goons. Good night.
Yeah.
We're gonna keep talking. So I used to live above a gay club when I lived in Belleville, and I lived above the only gay club in town, like above and to the side.
Above and to the side.
I wasn't directly above them, but I was literally like,
2 doors down, basically 2-3 doors down.
Yeah, easy. Like I could stumbling distance.
Yeah.
And it was one of the only places that stayed open till like
2 in the morning,
2-3 o'clock.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we wound up there many nights.
Yeah. So we'd go out drinking all night and stuff, and like we're heading back towards my place or whatever, or I'm heading back home, and I'm like, man, I want to keep fucking drinking.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking Escapades is open.
I mean, that's what we did. Like, yeah, we go to Castletown Gag when it was the Irish bar. That was we love that place. It's not there anymore, but they would close at like maybe 12:30, 1 o'clock, depending on the night.
Yeah.
A lot of the other bars would close down at like 1 o'clock. Like, well, fuck, we still want to drink. And
it's right next to where I
live.
live.
So, like, fuck, let's go to Escapade. They're open to like 2 or 3, so fuck it, let's go.
And it was always cool.
It was. They are the nicest people there. Like, they were so welcoming, so cool. Never felt strange or odd there, or like unwelcome. It's a really...
Or objectified.
Or objectified, yeah. Oh, sometimes I wish I would, goddammit. Just my ego. I want to be checked out.
So often it would just be me and you.
Yeah.
So they'd be like, oh, it's a couple.
Yeah. We were a couple.
Just leave them alone.
Yeah.
Although there was that one time when it was like 4 or 5 of us went into Escapades. It was like a crew of us dudes that went into Escapades. I went into the bathroom.
No, I know what you're talking about. It was you, me, our friend Ty, and I think we took a girl or 2 with us from Castletown, and I think this is the night you're talking about. We were hanging out, drinking, playing pool. Ty goes into the bathroom, and he's in there for like 20 minutes, and we're like, "What the fuck is Ty doing in the bathroom?"
I'm thinking he's gonna be.
Yeah, like, is he getting like, what is going on in there? So I'm like, all right, I gotta go pee. I mean, I'll go check on him. I go into the bathroom. I find Ty in there just in the middle of this conversation with this gay guy. I think his name was Skip.
Yes.
And he's just, they're just in there talking.
They're just talking.
They're just having like this really long, good conversation. I get dragged into it. I start joining it. So there's 3 dudes hanging in the gay bathroom, and we're in there for like another 20 minutes. And so Aaron's out there like, where the fuck are these guys? Nobody's coming out of this bathroom. So Aaron comes into the bathroom now. So there's 4 dudes in this gay bathroom just hanging out. And there's this bathroom like is gay. There's like busts of like naked dudes hanging on the wall. There's like crotches in your face. And we're just hanging out talking about like fucking like
Life.
And then just random shit in a bathroom. Gay guys are coming in trying to piss and whatnot. We're just like hanging out there by the urinals like, hey, what's up? Like, no, I get that too. And like, no, I totally understand what you're talking about. You know, life just gets in the way, and sometimes you just find
like, like he's making like he's like, dude, straight people are awesome.
Yeah, we were in this philosophical discussions in the gay bathroom, and it was just like from your outside perspective. It was like a black hole. Like you'd go into the bathroom and you just would not come out. Like what is happening in this bathroom?
Ty must have been in there for 40 minutes.
Yeah. Easily he was in there for 40 minutes.
So if you said Ty was in a gay bathroom for 40 minutes, first thought is, oh yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was what I was thinking of too. God damn, that's funny.
Yeah, that was it. And then I've been back there several times. I remember I went up there by myself once on like it was like New Year's Eve because like everybody was busy. Like or it's Christmas.
By yourself?
Yeah, I wanted to go out. I was like, I want to go out. I think it was New Year's or something. It was around the holidays. Like you were busy. I was busy. Everybody's busy. I'm like, God damn, I don't want to sit here by myself because I think I was getting in my head again. Like the depression was coming. I gotta get out. I gotta go somewhere. So I think I went to Sullivan's first. I went there, had a few drinks.
Which is a very blue collar, white,
but I'm like,
straight
but it was packed because it was like the holidays. So like this is too much. I can't even sit anywhere. So like, fuck it. Where am I? You know what? God damn it. I'm going to Escapade. I don't care. I'm going there. And keep in mind, I'm wearing, because it's the holidays, I'm wearing my purple crushed velvet smoking jacket for some dumbass reason out on New Year's because it's my New Year's outfit.
The gayest thing you can wear.
Yeah, I know. It's so bad. But I forget what shirt I was wearing, but I'm wearing this purple blazer that's made out of velvet or something like that. For some reason, my New Year's look. And I end up going to fucking Escapade. And I end up hanging out with this lesbian couple or something like that. And I'm talking with them at the bar and just hanging out. And I'm like dancing in the dance floor. There's hardly anybody there, which blew me away. I'm dancing on the dance floor. There's a guy dressed as Santa Claus dancing around. So I'm dancing with Santa. I'm drinking, hanging out with this lesbian couple. And I was like, it was like fine. This was fine. This was great. Whatever. And then I ended up going home eventually. But like,
well, you think about all the, St. Louis is right across the river. You think all the gays in Belleville probably went to St. Louis to a better New Year's.
New Year's party. But
Belleville's not a giant town.
No,
it's 40 plus,
about 50,000.
Yeah. So there's not a. St. Louis is right there.
Right. Yeah. I get it, but I was like, I ended up, on New Year's Eve or something like that, or by myself in a purple crushed velvet blazer, dancing with a lesbian couple and Santa Claus in a gay bar. And it was fine.
They have some of the coldest fucking beer.
They have good beer, man.
The coldest. Like, there was ice chips forming on the taps because it was so cold.
Yeah.
It was so, like, little ice chips would be floating in your Bud Light.
Yeah, that cold.
Man, it was so cold. It was fucking delicious. Mm-hmm. It was fantastic. Yeah. And the bartender was a lesbian who had a flat top, and she made candles and sold them on the back of her car.
Yep. And she was cool.
Yeah.
I can't say it's so weird, but yeah, Escapade is awesome.
Yeah, if you're ever
in Belleville,
you're ever in Belleville, Illinois, right across the river from St. Louis, and you feel like going to a gay bar, check out Escapade.
It's on Main Street, right by the Fountain Man. It's
right across from Cosmic
highly recommend.
Comics.
Yeah, highly recommend, man. It's a good time.
And if you want to have a cigar,
go to the cigar lounge.
And you like black culture, go down the cigar bar.
Which is 2 doors down.
We will save you the stories in the cigar bar. Which
That's for another time.
We have plenty of those too.
Plenty of those. Yeah, so all right, guys, we rambled on there at the end. It's been over for a while. So thanks for listening. Check us out on all the social media pages. If you like us, you can help us out on Patreon. You know where to find it. You know how to do all the guys. You are smart people out there. So until we're back next time.
Watch more gay horror movies.
Watch more gay horror movies. And remember to always, definitely...
Because someone's going to try and fish you.
Fish you.
Keep it tight.
Keep it tight.